All right, looks like we live now. I think I got everything fixed. Sorry about that, you guys. It's when you go live a lot, you have a lot of problems. So I'm hoping right now I got it fixed. You guys can hear me. I see my sound is working. Give me a quick minute, you guys. Just make sure everything is working fine before we, decide to go into our subject. Yeah, look like everything's working great. You guys, how you guys doing? This is Erick Brent, and I hope you guys having a great Saturday out there. It is Saturday, Sabado in Spanish, and this is the Family Cash Machine. Follow the money. We talk about the money here a lot. I want you guys to like and subscribe to my channel. I'll continue to bring information to you guys that's pertinent about today's economic and today's money. And we follow the money, but we also, through following the money, we find out the undergirding things that's happening in the world, and we position ourselves to be able to capitalize on it, whatever happens. That's what a real entrepreneur does. A real entrepreneur. I don't know why I've been getting tongue twisted. Like real entrepreneurs, they examine things, analyze situations, and they position themselves. That's what is called leverage. So again, today Joe Biden has passed the Senate and the House has passed the stimulus package. This was passed, I think, Thursday night. He actually signed it. It was supposed to be signed Friday, but he signed it Thursday night, and yesterday checks start going out. So you guys might have checks. Check your accounts. The checks are going out as we speak. I got my check, yay! And I did what I told you guys I was gonna do. I took pretty much my entire check and invested it in Bitcoin. Why did I do that? First of all, it's a smart thing to do because $1,400 today in fiat currency is $1,400 tomorrow, and it's $1,400 next week, and it's $1,400 next year. But I did that also because not just the fact that Bitcoin goes up and it's going to continue to go up. I did that because Joe Biden did something very sinister in the fact that he signed a bill allowing your stimulus check to be garnished by whoever might say they have a claim from you. It could be state taxes, it can be federal taxes, it can be a lawsuit, whatever, or some type of lien or collections. No, that was blocked by the previous administration when they gave out the previous two stimulus checks. There was a clause that wouldn't allow debt collectors or liens or private collections to confiscate or garnish those checks, because those checks are for the American people. And I'm just going to say this: I'm really disappointed. I'm not really disappointed because I didn't really have faith in Joe Biden. I thought that he was not the guy for the people that you guys all voted for. I didn't see that with him. And again, here's a guy who ran on the fact that he was going to be for the American people, and the American people voted him in. And one of the first things that he does when he goes in there and signs this thing, he signs a clause to allow the debt collectors to snatch your money. And that's, to me, scandalous, to say the least. Now, what was interesting, I thought, is this is good news here. Good news that I found actually today, Saturday, what is it, to March the 13th, I found that the banks actually sent a joint consumer and banking trades. This is something I found, letter to the House of the Senate. They sent the House Senate a letter stating, don't do that, Joe. That's not fair. Now this is interesting. Here's the president that's supposed to be for the American people, and he goes in there and does something totally contrary to the best benefit of the American public. Okay, but the banks who he's, I guess, looking out for, which he's not supposed to. He's supposed to look out for us. We're the ones that put him in office. I didn't put him in office. I didn't vote for him. But anyway, that's another story. But this guy went in there and signed a clause allowing your stimulus checks to be garnished by debt collectors when most Americans went into debt during the COVID. Most Americans couldn't go to work, had to close their businesses. It's not their fault that they may not have been able to pay certain bills. And it is their privilege, not privilege, but it's their right, I think, for the government to help them out with this stimulus package. And so Joe Biden goes in there and signs this thing that allows them to confiscate and garnish your well-earned stimulus. Okay, so what happened is now the bank sent a letter stating that's not fair, Joe. You shouldn't be doing that. And so it's just quite interesting that the people who he called himself looking out for has to correct him and check him and tell him don't do that. Now this letter came from the American Bankers Association, the Americans for Financial Reform, the Bank Policy Institute, the Center for Responsible Lending Consumers Act. It came from Consumer Banking Association, Community Development Bankers Association, Consumer Federation of American Consumer Reports, Association of Consumer Advocates, National Association of Federally Insured Credit Unions. I mean, everybody wrote Joe. The FDIC, everybody wrote Joe and said, hey, what are you doing? That's not fair. Don't do that to the American public. This is the kind of president you guys have. That's scary. But I'm here to say this. That's good news, because now they're trying to put together a clause based on the banks. The banks are pressuring Congress to put a clause to not do that for the American. Don't do that. Don't confiscate or garnish that money. And I think it's still going to be open for private, because that particular clause that Joe Biden signed allows debtors and collectors and private situations to be garnished. So I think it still be open for private, but they're trying to block like the state tax board, and they're trying to block, IRS and other collectors from being able to garnish your check. So this is why I took my money right away out of the banks, because anybody can pop up with a claim, and if they show it to the banks are not going to call me. They're not going to call you. They're going to let them garnish that first, and then you talk about it later. No, that's not what you want. You need that money. This is money that you deserve, and this is money that was promised to the American people, period, point blank. And so believe me, banks and collectors have all kind of insurance. They got billions of dollars for the relief packages. Believe me, they're straight. And so they don't need that money as much as the public, as the little guy, the average people need that money. Now, that's good news. But I still won't trust it if I was you. I would move that money as fast as I can, and I would move that money into Bitcoins, because it's something you control. No one can confiscate, and you have 1,000% possession of your own value. That's the beauty of Bitcoin. Now, let me drink some water here, because I'm getting a little dry around the mouth here, man. I'm talking a lot, speaking to a lot of people. Oh yeah, that's better. So what I wanted to say is there's a fourth stimulus check that they're talking about. The governor of California wants to give $600 to every American citizen that qualified for the COVID. Now, I see another state following suit. Maryland is following suit, where there could be a stimulus issued by the state. These last three were issued by the government. Now we're talking about a fourth stimulus. Several states will probably follow, California and Maryland, which is pretty much DC. They're going to be issuing, I think California is trying to issue $600 to the American California citizens, residents of California. Great, that's well needed. That's another $600. And also on the table is a $4 trillion stimulus that is on Congress now that they will be voting on. I don't know how long it's going to take. It can take another 2 or 3 months, but this is a reoccurring $2,000 that they want to give the American public. Yes, that is wonderful, wonderful, wonderful. And what I'm saying to you guys is that's a huge opportunity right now. Now, $2,000 is not enough to pay a lot of people's mortgage. It's not enough to pay a lot of people's bills. But if you take this money and use it wisely and start investing in this industry, It is so much opportunity in this industry. It is not even funny because most of you guys are marveling at the fact that Bitcoin went up 400% in the last year. Okay. But I'm saying this to you guys, that I'm finding cryptocurrencies that went up 5,000% during the last year. Could you imagine making 5,000% on your money? Do you know how fast you would be able to come out of debt, and not just come out of debt, but get into a very comfortable, secure economic situation at 5,000%? I don't even know if the drug dealers make that much percent. I doubt it very seriously. Then I saw some cryptocurrencies that made 8,000%. Then I saw some that made 12,000%. But you have to learn what you're doing. You can't jump in this like Wild Bill Hickok and try to just invest in anything because you're taking a risk. There's 9,500, almost 10,000 different cryptocurrencies, and you don't know what the hell you're doing. So you want to invest in yourself. So get those checks and start learning this. You can come into the Family Cap Machine and invest in knowledge, a type of knowledge that you can capitalize on right now. And then we're going to take you and show you what to invest in, how to invest. And I want a disclaimer right now. I'm not a financial advisor. So whatever you invest in is your business, but we can educate you. And the more that you learn about an investment, the more you disassociate yourself from the gamble of it. Any investment that you do is a risk. But the more you know, and the more you learn, and the more education you get, and the more information that you get, you start to diminish a lot of the risk. And now you're going more on a calculated, analytical investment. And so this is what we do in the Family Cap Machine. There is so many opportunities in this industry. I'm going to give you an example of what I see. I see thousands of companies here in the blockchain, decentralized technology industry. I see thousands of them that have the financial investment potential of a Microsoft or a Google in their inception, in their beginning. And there's literally people who work for Microsoft in the beginning. I know one personally from Compton High, a girl named Danielle. I don't want to put her on blast. Everybody probably knows what I'm talking about. But there's a lot of people who worked for these companies in the beginning, and these companies paid them, but they also gave them opportunity to own stocks. And these people are wealthy right now. These people have made a lot of money on the beginning of these companies. There are individuals that literally invested a couple thousand in Google when they first started, and they're literally millionaires now. And that's the same position that the cryptocurrency industry is in right now. And it's not just cryptocurrency. There are so many different technologies in this industry that has the capability of making a lot of people millionaires. And so you need to rethink the dollar. You need to rethink the global economy. When you get this money, don't just go and buy things and be a consumer like we've always been. Most of my people missed the opportunity to come into the internet as an investor. Most of us came into this opportunity as, just users of the technology. We were so wowed with the technology. Oh, I can email. Oh, I can do this. Oh, I can take pictures. Oh, I can sign up for social media. But most of us miss the investment opportunity. And now you guys have an opportunity to invest in this technology that has the capability of basically disrupting so many different industries. And disruption is good. It's not bad. When something disrupts an entity, when there's a technology that disrupts a certain industry, that technology and the people who are the disruptors are going to make a lot of money. And the people who are the disruptees who get disrupted are going to lose a lot of money. I want to be on the right side of history, and I want to bring as many people as I can on the right side of history. There's so much money in this industry. I can't make it all. My team can't make it all. There's so much room for so many of us to redevelop how we think, come into something of the cryptocurrency colleges with the Family Cap Machine and start learning all the different ways the money's being made in this industry. And we're going to teach you how you control your own investments. We're going to teach you how you build your own portfolio. We're going to teach you how you can create passive income streams. It's not we're trying to get you in here to take your money. No, we don't want that. We want to give you the knowledge and the understanding on how you can be self-sufficient, and you can be the one in your family that gets you guys through this economic rough time that's happening right now, and get you guys to a level of financial security. It's so much opportunity out here. It's not even funny. And the government is giving you the money to become innovative, to become the pioneers in this industry, to become the investors in this industry. But don't just take this money and become consumers again, because all of this trillions of dollars that they're printing, because that's what they're doing, they're printing money. And I guarantee you in the next 6 to 8 months, you guys are going to see inflation like you won't believe. You're going to see the price of everything go up in 6 to 8 months, maybe sooner. I'm guesstimating within the next year, you guys are going to see prices of food skyrocket. And it's not the fact that the food prices are actually skyrocketing. It's the fact that the money, the currency, is depreciating, because they just gave out $1.9 trillion. Now, it took them 2 months to come up with this agreement for this plan. Now, not even one day after Joe Biden signed it, money going out. I got my check yesterday. Most people getting their checks. They go out. Boom, 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 boom. So what does that mean? That means they already had the money printed. That means they were already printing the press. Print the press, boys. They already started printing. The money was already there. This money is being printed. This is going to have a negative effect. Remember, for every cause, there's an equal effect. For every action, there's an equal reaction. So if they're just printing money, now they're talking about $4 trillion. Now, that's not billion. This is $1 trillion. They're going to print up another $4 trillion to pacify the American public, to keep you guys calm while they come up with this digital currency. It's not a cryptocurrency. It's a digital currency. China just announced they have their digital currency. And also, Venezuela has a digital currency. Dubai's coming out with a digital currency. And believe you me, the Federal Reserve is going to come up with a digital currency, and you guys are going to be on it. And you're going to have no choice but to use it. If you don't come into this technology and understand there's another way of doing transactions outside of governments, there's a whole different independent way of transacting around the world, and there's a whole different independent way of accumulating value than just being a part of government and banking systems, because these systems are highly controlling. They're going to be controlling the American public. They're going to be controlling the world. They're going to be in 100% control of your transactions. And not only are they going to be in control and monitoring these transactions, they'll be able to isolate and totally out of transactions. This is dangerous. And what's going to happen is when they start giving out this $2,000 a month, it's going to make people very complacent and very dependent on government. And it's going to take your mind off of individually becoming in control of your own welfare. Not me, and not my team, and not the people who listen to me. We're going to take this money that governments are giving us, and we're going to use it towards strengthening ourselves economically. We're going to use it towards educating ourselves economically. We're going to use it towards creating more positive, passive streams of income, so we can be the ones that save our families. We can be the ones that be the heroes and sheroes that will help make our families financially, economically self-sufficient. And there's so much money to be made right now, so many opportunities, but you gotta think outside the box. You have to retrain how you think. You have to recreate how you think, and join the Family Cap Exchange so we can help you to learn how this new global economy is recreating itself, and how we could use technology to invest in technology. And I don't know a better investment than technology. I think you're going to win every time with technology. And if we learn how to position ourselves and invest in this, I mean, the sky is the limit. It can be so many successful people come out of this. It just all depends on you. It all depends on what you want to learn, what you understand, and putting yourself in a group of people who are going to help train you into the right way of thinking in accord to innovative technology and in accord to a new way of money and an independent way of money outside of governments and banks, putting the people in control, not banks and central banks and governments, putting the people in control, not only of their own transactions, but of their own value. Wow, that's powerful. So again, you guys, Joe Biden, you know, he did something very, very, I think, unscrupulous and scandalous by allowing these debtors and collectors to confiscate or garnish your stimulus checks. And the debtors and collectors came out to defend you when you voted for him, and he's supposed to be the champion of the people, and he gets right in there and stab you in the back right away. You got to look at that move he made. He stabbed you in the back. He stabbed you in the back. And it took for the banks to come together and say, no, Joe, what are you doing? Let the people have that money. We got our money. We got our stimulus. We got our bailout money. So again, Joe, shame on you. Shame on you, Joe. Shame on you, Joe. That wasn't right, because the people deserve that money. There's people that steal. That's not even enough for most people. That's not even a drop in the bucket for what most people are going through in this country. That was scandalous, Joe, to say the least. And I don't want to go too deep into that, but I'm just going to say this. You better move that money quick. Don't allow certain lenders and debtors to grab that money because they got a permission from Joe Biden to do it. So you need to take possession of that right away and put that to work. I'm going to close with this. When you join the Family Capital Sheet, not only are we going to put you in a position to learn how to earn on your own in a world of new innovative technology, we're going to teach you about money, and we're going to put you in an opportunity right now, a smart contract that is growing every day and earning me 1.5% every single day. I'm loving this. I'm getting 300% in 200 days on my money. And guess what? I can withdraw at any time I want. And guess what? It's not a company. And guess what? There's no CEOs. And guess what? It is solely, purely a smart contract that is programmed to pay out a certain amount based on investors, based on your investment, and it's paying you in a digital cryptocurrency that's encrypted, that's not in your name, that is simply connected to your digital wallet. So you are 100% in control of your investment at all times, and no human being, no corporation, no company can run off with your money. It is 1,000% secure. It has been audited twice. The first time it was audited, the smart contract was audited to see if the mathematical algorithms were sustainable, and it is. And the second time it was audited by an individual third-party company, a very known, reputable company. This particular smart contract was audited the second time to determine if there was a back door that someone could siphon money out, the people, the developers that created the smart contract. And emphatically, the answer is no. So I'm going to ask you this question. If you invest in something, would you rather technology and computer automation pay you, or would you rather a person pay you? Would you rather give your money to a company, give your money to a CEO who can run off with your money, who could manipulate your money, who can withhold your money, or would you rather pay into a mathematical equation that is programmed and don't deviate one fraction from that programmability? I'd rather trust the programmability that I trust humans, because humans and money, trust and money is a bad combination for me over the years of being a businessman. I mean, there's only a few people in this day and age that you can actually trust with money. It's very rare, but I say trust and money is a bad combination. So when you're dealing with the blockchain, which is the technology that undergirds Bitcoin, it is a decentralized thing where everybody can see this particular smart contract. You can see on your phone, you can see everything. Everybody can see everything. And there's no names, there's only numbers, but you know your number, you know your wallet address. So everybody can see their payments. There's no way that it can be, manipulated because it's total transparency. Wow. I'm loving it. I'm loving it. I'm loving it. So that's one of the things we're going to put you in. And then we're going to put you in courses where you can actually learn what different cryptocurrencies that you directly, personally want to invest in. And you'll have the knowledge to pick and choose which ones you think are best for you, which ones that you think have the greatest chance of success. And I'm telling you, there's a lot of them. And we're probably at a 95% success rate in the ones that we chose since 2017, me and my team. At least 97% rate of the ones we chose. I'm not going to say any names on here because, again, you have to come into our groups to get privilege to this information. And we're also now teaching people how to trade crypto. And we're a part of different trade organizations where we get signals and everything. But again, you won't get privilege to this information until you join the Family Cash Machine. Then we open up all the doors for you guys, not only just to learn, but of course, to earn passive streams of income in the cryptocurrency industry. We teach you how to buy Bitcoins. We teach you how to buy Ethereums, but we teach you how to buy it in a way where it's decentralized and you're not on the radar. So with that, I'm going to go ahead and sign out. Again, you guys like and subscribe to this channel. This is the Family Cash Machine. Follow the money. My name is Erick Brent. I'm in here in Santo Domingo, Dominican Republic, but I'm from Los Angeles, California, actually by way of Compton. And I'm very proud to be an individual from Compton and leading the charge and being at the forefront of this cryptocurrency industry. I've been teaching this for 4 or 5 years now, actually 5 years. Check my record. I'm not a guy who just jumped on a bandwagon where a lot of these people now, entertainers, financial, quote unquote gurus, they're just starting to jump on a bandwagon. I've been doing this for 5 years now. I've been seeing this opportunity. I've understood the technology. I understood the huge benefits, and I understood the huge, huge industry that has the ability not only to disrupt so many industries, but to redistribute wealth to those that need it the most. And I'm on the front line pretty much, welcoming my people to come in and take advantage of this, because this is an industry where race doesn't even matter. Your identity is not even really known in these wallets. You're just a number. And that's probably more beneficial than the systems that we're on, where prejudiceness and all kind of racist things happen, and people prejudge one another, stereotype one another. When we're dealing with a system that's purely mathematics, wow, it alleviates a lot of the different bisectitudes of life, negative bisectitudes of life that we go through every day in business. So with that, you guys, again, get those stimulus checks and get them out of the banks immediately and put it in something that's going to create for you stream of income, passive streams of income, appreciation of value. Exchange those dollars now for cryptocurrencies that's going to continue to make you more and more and more appreciation of value and not depreciation of value. And don't be one of those, at the end of the day, when they come out with the basic national income, you're totally dependent on that. And you don't have any other means of income. And all the old ways of making money are disintegrating, as we see every day. So you have to reinvent yourself, and you have to reinvent the way you're making money, the way you think about money, and the way you're approaching economics, period, has to change. And if you can do that, I guarantee you, you're going to be the winner in the end, and you're going to be so happy that you entertained the thoughts of reinventing yourself and reinventing the way you think and reinventing your whole approach towards money and technology. So with that, you guys, I'm going to sign out again. This is Eric Brent, Family Cash Machine. Follow the money. Peace.